is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Right now at 6, St. Louis police are now publicly confirming a story we were the first to break. Police showed select portions of controversial body camera video to some aldermen and to the mayor's office Thursday, but still won't release that video to the public. It shows what happened after a police SUV hit a South City bar. Thank you for joining us. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Ann Allred is off tonight. A statement from the St. Louis Police Department says Missouri state law won't allow them to release the body camera video to the public yet. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, has more on what that law says.
Yeah, Kelly and Brent, the state law that shields police body cam video from the public eye during ongoing investigations also gives police discretion to end those investigations and hand the video over. So advocates for transparency have said if there's some good reason why any investigations are still truly ongoing, maybe the police chief can face the press and explain why.
Listen to the first words out of Chief Robert Tracy's mouth as he begins to answer reporters' questions at his very first press conference in St. Louis with this promise.
My core values is about transparency. You'll see that as I go along.
Well, 1 year along,
I think it's important for Chief Tracy to speak out.
He's facing calls from City Hall to face the press after a combination of police body cam, surveillance, and civilian videos show one officer crash into a South City gay bar, another officer arrive on scene and quickly handcuff one of the owners.
It literally took about 20 seconds for the officer to arrest James, who basically just asked, "Why do you need to see my ID?"
Video 5 on your side has independently verified shows that same officer involved in a physical altercation with the second co-owner, Chad Morris.
I've seen an officer be pushed and Chad being right in front of the officer.
Morris is later seen on body cam video accusing the same officer of punching him, though aldermen couldn't see that part clearly in the video police showed them.
We haven't had a big protest, and if the chief isn't just coming out talking about what happened with the police car hitting a building and can't really be seen anywhere. I'm wondering what that will look like when there is, and hopefully not, but a police-involved shooting.
Every day this week, someone at 5 on your side has asked Chief Tracy for an interview. We called, left messages, sent emails, text messages, even published an article titled Paging Chief Tracy. And after getting no response at all, we took that message down to police headquarters. We left without an interview, but once again asked for one, this time in a handwritten note.
I think this is a huge opportunity that he can come out and let the community know that it's not much to worry about, and to show body cam footage so that people don't continue to believe that the police are hiding something.
We heard Alderman Aldridge there wonder aloud how Chief Tracy might respond in a more dire situation like an officer-involved shooting. Well, earlier in his career, when he was Chicago Superintendent Gary McCarthy's right-hand man during one of the most notorious police shootings ever, that was when an officer killed Laquan McDonald. It took years and ultimately a lawsuit for police to eventually hand that video over.
Guess we'll see what happens next. All right, Mark. Let's take a live look at Lambert St. Louis International Airport and the roads as people head out for the holidays. The rain continues for some. Meteorologist Jim Castillo has the weather first forecast. Jim.
Yeah, hi, Kelly, on this Friday night. And look at this. You can barely see the arch. The bottom of it here with that drizzle, the mist, and that fog that continues. And we're in the 50s for temperatures. Where are we now? Still at 53. You know, the low tonight in St. Louis, 50 is what we're expecting. So the dew point is close to that. And that just means the humidity is high. So the air is almost completely saturated. And when you have that, not only do you have areas of drizzle, but that fog and low cloudiness. Now, rainfall totals quite impressive with system number 1, Waterloo, Illinois, 8,500s. Herculaneum, almost that amount. And then Park Hills, about a ½ an inch. Belleville, almost a ½ an inch. And Washington, Missouri, 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. So system number 1 moves east overnight tonight. So the showers come to an end. And that drizzle and fog still around tomorrow morning. A dry Saturday, but then Sunday, another system, and that one may provide even more rain that is a little bit more for the entire area. Much more on that coming up in just a bit.
All righty, you can get the weather first forecast sent right to your phone anytime. Just text the word weather and we will send you a link.
Some animal welfare advocates in St. Charles want tougher charges after they believe a pet sitter killed a family's dog and cat. 5 on Your Side's Tracy Henson attended a protest today where critics want the prosecuting attorney to do more.
My animals were murdered in my home. When you have that level of violence taking place in your home by somebody you love, it's very traumatic.
Tommy Love believes her stepdaughter and pet sitter Alicia Mullering killed her cat and dog, then lied about it.
It shouldn't be a misdemeanor when you stab a dog to death.
But currently, that is the charge against Mullering, and animal advocates are demanding more.
So you have the power to reinstate the warrant.
We want the investigation reopened. It clearly was not investigated properly.
Love and her son want the prosecuting attorney to charge Mullering with a felony.
Unfortunately, the people where it matters most, the people that can deliver justice, the people in this very building behind us right now, they're the ones not doing anything. They're the ones that we need the support from, and they're the ones that we're not getting support from.
The prosecuting attorney's office is closed today, but they did release a statement in response to the protesters.
This is a tragic and sad event. Felony charges could not be filed because the stage of decomposition of the animals was such that experts could not conclude beyond a reasonable doubt whether the stab wounds were inflicted before or after the death of the animals. Once an attorney enters on a misdemeanor case, my office does not oppose recalling a warrant with a new court date. In St. Charles, Tracy Henson, 5 on Your Side.
And at one point during today's demonstration, the protesters followed a maintenance man into the closed government building there in St. Charles. Police were called. There was some shouting, but the situation ended quickly. Well, workers who recently lost their jobs at a nursing home now getting help finding work again.
Northside Village in North St. Louis shut down abruptly last Friday, also leaving residents to find other housing. 5 on Your Side's Travis Cummings has a closer look at the agency helping workers get back on their feet.
Oh, SSM. Okay, right down the street from me.
Job hunting is the last thing anyone wants to be doing days before Christmas.
I just graduated.
But Betty McCannery and 170 of her colleagues from Northview Village Nursing Home have no choice. A week ago, the facility in North St. Louis that she's been at for 30 years closed its doors with no notice to staff or residents.
Really disappointed. You know, we were just at awe because never thought he would do that. You know, if he's going to close, that was going to close down. Could have gave us warning, some type of warning.
Friday, St. Louis's agency for training and employment, known as SLATE, stepped in with an emergency job fair.
Okay, would you like to take an application with you?
About 17 employers, other senior living facilities, health facilities, St. Louis public schools, and others set up at the job center on Market Street to give these people a clean slate.
Some people out here living check to check, and they don't know where they're going to get that next meal. And if nothing else, this check was going to go towards gifts and everything else like that to bring the family together. So it was our obligation to ensure that we were able to give that support for everybody to be able to bounce back and actually gain some hope.
These employers are making the process easy. All you have to do is walk up, grab an application, and tell them what you're looking for. Some are already walking away with interviews.
You can always teach a skill, but you can't teach people to care. And people that are already in the industry, you know that they truly care about what they're doing.
Speaking of care, these employees are happy someone thought about them.
I think we all is so grateful for this, you know, for people that care about other people, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it was a blessing.
Travis Cummings, 5 on Your Side.
And a union spokesperson says the employees received the final paychecks they were due before they left today. SLATE will hold another job fair for them Wednesday, December 27th. That's next week from 9 to noon at the Job Center on Market Street.